Hey everyone, and welcome back to Game Informer. Today, we are looking at Diablo 3's Rise of the Necromancer DLC. I am your host, Dan Tack, and I am joined by my co-host, Suriel.
Hello.
He's pretty cool.
I am pretty cool. Thank you. You're pretty cool too, Dan.
Hey, thanks, man. So basically, this is the Necromancer DLC. It's $15. It gets you the Necromancer class, and some new space for your Necromancers, so more hero slots, more stash space so you can hold the cool new scythes that you're definitely going to be collecting for your Necromancer. And of course, there are lots of other neat things with this expansion pack that you don't even need to get for the DLC. Like these challenge rifts. You can actually try one of these if you want.
You can do it, yeah.
Every week you can do these challenge rifts and see how good you are with someone else's spec and build.
Oh, that's interesting.
Through a curated experience. So it's the same for everybody. This isn't like a randomized rift.
Oh,
so you try to beat the time. So we'd have to beat this time with 635 with this particular Demon Hunter. With these skills and this gear, I have no idea what any of this stuff is. So I probably don't want to roll into that blind here. But you do get a weekly chest for this, which is cool. One of my friends obviously already did this. That's pretty cool. That was fast.
Okay.
We're just going to pop into Adventure and check out some of the new settings. So they added a couple new zones to Adventure mode. No new story content, but obviously everything is new on the Necromancer. My Necromancer's almost level capped. It took me about... I don't know, just a few hours with Leoric leveling gear.
I made my character and only got as far as naming her Aubrey Slaughter, but that's pretty much how much of this I've played. What did you name your character, Dan?
Dan Snacks.
You named all your characters Dan Snacks?
Most of my characters are named either Dan Snacks or Dan Rax or Dan Zax or Dan Hacks. Anything, I've got a whole litany of...
Dan does stuff, it seems like a recurring theme.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a scythe-wielding class, which is really cool. You have skills that affect that. You can actually... It's really all about making corpses and using corpses no matter what build you go. There's lots of ways to build. This is sort of a pet spec build with summoning skeletal mages with a talent called Singularity. So what this does is it uses all of my essence to create giant skeleton mages that last longer, and they deal tons of damage.
Do you feel like Diablo 3 was sort of missing a proper pet class? Because I know the witch doctor had some amount of controllable minions and stuff, but I don't know that it necessarily felt like a dedicated pet class.
I mean, this class does have revive, but as you can see, I'm spec'd into making these crazy skeletal mages things that just blow everything up. Because I have a legendary ring that gives me 2 for the price of 1, so every time I summon these, I get 2 instead of 1, which is really nice. So I just pop these guys out constantly while gathering essence. I have an aura currently active that makes it so I consume corpses that are nearby to turn them into essence, which is really handy. You can do that manually as well for more effect. But this is like the completely automated build, basically. Like there's very little input on my part, which is what I kind of want from a pet class.
Yeah.
However, there still are active abilities for all the passive pets, like my blood golem and my skeletons there. There's still, I can command them to do more damage and stuff.
Man, this is starting to look like Warcraft 4 or something with all these units on the field.
You can... and we're not even using Revive, because we're using the corpses to generate essence, but if you want to revive enemies, that's also an option. We'll swap that up here in a second for a hot swap.
You can't revive bosses, I'm guessing?
No.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah, it would be. And they don't last forever. Only 19 seconds, I think, with my talents. But
okay.
You can obviously augment that with items. Everything's augmented with items. This is a scythe-wielding class, so you can get 2-handed scythes, which are awesome. This is actually not one that we're using right now, but it kind of looks like one. There are certain abilities and talents you can only use when you have a scythe equipped, so it's pretty neat.
And so what kind of spec builds do you have? How different can you build your Necromancer?
All kinds of ways. So this is like the passive pet spec, and I'm only doing this build because basically I found items to support this build, like getting 2 for the price of 1 on Skeletal Mage with a legendary ring. However, there are lots of cool builds you can do, and as soon as I get a breather here, I'll switch out to another spec.
Okay. What have you seen any sort of because one of my favorite things about Diablo 3 was sort of the very specific legendary items that sort of give you super cool abilities.
That's what I'm talking about right here, and I'll show it in a second.
Okay.
I'll show that I'm getting double the skeletal mages for the price of 1.
And that's something an item gives you, not like an ability your character has?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'll show that as soon as I get a breather.
Okay.
You know how it is in D3. It's always action. And so we're in the off-season now, so players have about a month to get acclimated to the Necromancer before the next season.
Yeah.
Which is a real bummer for me, because honestly, I don't play this game outside of seasons. So
Do you ever play hardcore?
I do. I love hardcore. I love hardcore in this game and in Path of Exile. Those are definitely my favorite modes to play. Even though it makes me want to like throw my keyboard through a wall if my internet goes out, you know?
Yeah.
So here is the cool legendary item I have that's for Necromancer already. You can now raise an additional Skeletal Mage with each cast, and they last an additional 2 seconds. So I'm stacking that with something that gives them more lifetime already, and something that gives me more essence, max essence, so that they come out really, really strong.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty neat. And I believe we're going to change builds here, so we'll do that.
All right.
Let's go for something for a classic PBAOE build here. It's a point-blank area of effect. So,
everyone knows this.
Hey, you do now, right?
I know. I learned something new today.
Yeah. That's where an area of effect attack radiates out from your person.
Okay.
It's MMO terminology, but very applicable here and many other RPGs. So you just burst out like this, and I can just get in the center and consume the corpses to make more energy to keep casting it, more or less, which is pretty crazy. And hang on, I didn't pick a talent for it, I don't think, which we got to do. So basically, this spec is just going to try to get into it, so I'm going to have to change out some other skills too.
Right, so this one doesn't have as many pets, basically.
I mean, I can still take the pets, but this one's going to be more about getting in your face, like with the opponent. So I'm going to want a more melee-centric ability for my Harvester ability instead of my Siphon Blood, which lets me sort of get my health back as well as essence at long range. Very handy.
What do you see this character's role in co-op being?
Oh, curses are amazing in co-op, so that's another tree that we have here that we're not really exploring right now. But, oh wow, look at all this stuff. Death Nova. Oh, so many options here on the Nova. We'll just go with that one that makes it stronger, pulse out farther every time I cast it. So yeah, check out curses. Those are something from the old school D2 Necromancer that I'm sure people remember. They have their own tree. These are debilitating things. You have 3 different main ones. So, and this is great in groups and stuff. This this will affect your allies as well. So, you curse an enemy with this, and your allies will also recover their health when they hit. And of course, you've got these that just, you know, these are some really sweet things. Curses, and I'm sure that there's going to be auto cast curses on some of the legendaries and stuff, which is what I'm hoping to get. Because I really don't want to commit a spot to them when I'm just like, you know, grinding easy stuff. Really handy when you're fighting harder fair when I start doing challenge rifts. Not challenge rifts, because that's a new thing, but I meant like greater rifts.
Yeah, greater rifts. Yeah.
Which again, I probably won't be doing until the next season starts. I actively dislike playing my main character outside of a season.
Outside of seasons,
yeah. I love seasons. Like seasons are the reason I'm sure lots of people come back to this game, including myself.
And this is hitting consoles and PC on the same day, right?
Yes, this is already out for everybody right now.
Okay. And now seasons end with, you know, seasons coming to console, having come to console.
Yes. So we have a 1-month break period. Let's go check out. There are several new zones that we can go to in adventure mode. I don't know why I'm doing a rift. It's like I'm not grinding right now. So they added these realms of fate. So these are all new. So you got the lower realm, the upper realm. This one, there's like these realms of fate are all new. Like, and they also added. Let's see. I think they added this place here with some new stuff too. But this is all for adventure mode.
Right. I feel like adventure mode is slowly becoming the main.
Oh, it absolutely has been the main mode for a very long time. Like, I don't play anything else. Now that doesn't mean other people don't, but like I have no interest in playing anything but adventure mode.
Yeah, I think
this is the new place, the Shrouded Moors.
Early on, there were a lot of people who wanted to tackle, you know, Torment 7, things like that. But
Torment 7 is still a thing you can do, you know, for loot. But now it's all about rifts, man. Rifts and adventure mode. And of course, sucking the powers out of your legendaries, putting them in your cube, and making your character just completely berserk with 3 additional legendary effects that you can hot swap. Have you tried the cube yet? Like, that's a big part of the game, yeah. That's a huge part of the game now. You just basically can extract... You can have 3 different additional legendary effects at all times on your character, and you can hot swap these out as you wish. It's what we'd call a super big deal.
It is. I do call those. I say that all the time. So if you have Reaper of Souls, you really only need... if you
have Reaper of Souls, you get all these new adventure zones. You get the new challenge rifts. The only thing you won't have is the Necromancer. So that's what comes with the DLC. And I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't include like an Overwatch skin or something, like a Reaper skin, like just to really get this sucker out the door.
Yeah, they do a lot of that cross-promotional stuff, so I'm surprised none of it has. I'm actually curious, because I haven't played it in a while. I wonder how much of that stuff I have, because I've played other games since I played Diablo 3, and I wonder if I have any interesting cross-promotional items.
Yeah, there's a ton of ways to build this character, too. Like, we're just looking at scratching the surface here. Like, you can go curses, there's bone spikes, corpse explosion. Basically, it all comes down to how you want to utilize corpses.
Yeah.
I have this current build set up to just basically consume all the corpses that get created to give me more essence. And then I use the essence to blow stuff up more.
So, yeah, that was one of my favorite things about Diablo 3. Was just, like, figuring out sort of the right build that gives you, like, okay, this skill feeds into this skill, and I can use this one benefit to augment this one.
Well, like most other classes, it's all about, like, you've got your resource building techniques and you've got your resource expending techniques.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Getting your DPS out there, killing new stuff here in the Shrouded Moors. Man, this sounds cool, huh? We get obviously there are new quests and stuff associated with that. Like right here, we're gonna go stop the blood collection ritual. I've never done this one.
You can do dungeons that are based on your specific sets, right?
Set dungeons have been in for some time, yeah.
So have you done any of that stuff with the Necromancer?
No, way too early. Okay. I mean, we've had it for a day. Okay. I have not been able to assemble a full set yet. Seasons make that easier. Dude. I know. I need to get on this, right?
Yeah, that stuff was pretty interesting when I played around with it too.
Yeah, set dungeons are cool. I think they kind of like people stray away from the set dungeons as much as they do rifts and stuff, but I will certainly hit those up after I collect a full Necromancer set, which could take me a couple days, but not that long.
Have they shown any of it? Like, is there a place where you can see that stuff ahead of time?
I'm sure it's all been data mined. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, cool. We just did a bounty. That was cool. That's a new bounty in the Shrouded Moors. Let's head to one of these other new zones.
Yeah. And then maybe we can try one of those challenge rifts.
Oh, you want to try a challenge rift? You can. I'll set you. It's all equalized, right? So you're in the same boat as me. I don't know how to play.
True, but I also haven't played in a really long time. So.
All right, we're setting the everybody. We're doing this. I'm gonna check out this place for like 2 minutes, and then we're going to the challenge rift starring Suriel. You get a chance.
I'm sure I'll do fantastically.
Hey, you know what? I have no doubt. Actually, I have a lot of faith. Oh man, just look at everything blow up, and it's just all feeding back into my essence regeneration, and it's just like you can get crazy. You can get crazy real fast. Obviously, it's all about finding OP builds.
Right.
And I'm sure that more of those will come to light after I get some set gear, as you know. Like, I'm sure there's some incredibly hot sets that take advantage of these different play styles, yeah. And I can't wait to get one and just trick my character out like that. Although I wish there was a season going on in sometime, like in the next week.
Yeah, it's weird that they didn't premiere a season.
I guess they were just afraid that everyone would play Necromancer during the season. That's going to happen anyway. So
yeah.
I don't know what the real fear is here.
I guess maybe they, like you said earlier, they wanted people to get acclimated to the class before they started a season.
Probably make sure there was nothing insanely broken.
Yeah.
Before they seasoned it up. Anyway, I'm gonna hot swap keyboards here.
All right.
And we're gonna try challenge mode starting Suriel.
All right. I just want to point out that I have not played in maybe 2 years.
We've got it. We've got those caveats established. You can hit that little eyeball button if you want to check out all the gear and spec on the Demon Hunter before we get going here. So obviously this character has lots of crazy stuff.
Walk up with a melee weapon. Okay. He has a melee weapon. Impale returns 11 hatred. Turns 2 additional knives. And you can't swap skills, I'm guessing?
Nope. This is all locked. Like, this is the build that it was done with, so you can't change any of this.
Impale, Vengeance, Companion, Vault.
And so you got those Kanai Cube powers, so you have 3 other legendary effects that aren't even on your gear. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Alright.
I think you're golden. Because, you can't actually change anything, right?
Well,
so
I just want to see... Yeah. I just kind of want to look at the skills to see what I can do.
I'm excited.
Alright. Here we go.
Alright, you got time to beat 630.
World record. Here we go.
You could get that. That's one of the cool things about Challengers, man. You could get it. You can do this more than once, too. Like, if you want to, like... I'm sure people are going to
start the timer, Leo.
Well, the game will actually keep a timer for us. No worries there. Alright. Don't worry, you haven't started yet. You got to click on that obelisk to start it.
Oh, okay. Oh. This mouse is weird.
Oh, don't tell me about it. Believe me, I've made my concerns made about that mouse many times. All right, we're in it.
Here we go. I've got my wolf. You know, all my hockeys, obviously. I've got these hockeys down.
Leo, start the clock. Oh, this guy's tearing it up. This is a serious demon hunter we're looking at here.
I'm left clicking and then right clicking.
Yeah, all the buttons you need to enjoy Diablo right there.
Got my bolas, my impale.
Complete the rift faster than the original runner to get a reward. This is a really cool concept. I'm amazed at how much they keep adding this game for free.
Yeah, it's an interesting model for sure. Just the idea of we're just gonna keep updating this so you keep playing it. That way, when we do release new content, you'll still be here.
Right.
Oh.
It's neat.
Should have used my dodge there.
It's all right. Just take your time. You just got to get through it. You're actually doing
well.
really good.
I can't take my time. I'm literally on a timer.
Whoa! Crazy. Look at Suriel. He's taking these guys out in style. Look at that. Wow. I love this. This is like Illidan.
That's right. You are not prepared.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what I am. Alright.
Hey, Leo, you liking this?
This is incredible.
I agree. I'm actually gonna go do this like later on when I get home and try this now.
Can you try it as many times as you want?
Yeah, I think so.
I need my shield pylon. Oh, I was more scared of that guy than I needed to be.
So that way you can actually memorize it to get an edge.
Is it a daily thing or a weekly thing?
It's a weekly thing.
Okay. And this is something that Blizzard like specifically loads out, right? It's not something like, "Whoa, this is Dan Rax's build that we found randomly."
This is like a Rift run that somebody did.
Oh, okay, really?
Right.
So they just take them from the community?
I believe so. Don't quote me on that.
I believe that it was Dan Tack who once said that they take this from the community and that he is currently the world record holder for every single one of these.
Wow, man, I'm really good at Diablo 3.
Yeah, I know. I'm not using my abilities as much as I should be.
You're doing great. You've only got 1 minute down.
Right. I'm only 1 minute behind.
Behind? No, I think you're doing good.
Oh, I know? Okay.
I think.
I don't know how to read that timer.
I don't either. So let's just keep going.
Let's just keep going. Oh.
You're definitely about 2.5 minutes in, so that's got to be
Okay.
the minutes you're ahead.
That's how time works. Okay.
No, Leo's just he's a killjoy over here trying to get in
The
here.
timekeeper.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're doing great.
He is
Thank
doing
you,
great.
really. I appreciate it.
You're doing amazing.
It's an honor to watch you play.
I'm really enjoying this. This is a cool mode. Like, you got to think they're making a new Diablo game, though, right?
It's also as someone who pretty much didn't play anything other than Monk when he played. This is a pretty cool way to learn different, like,
exactly
the potential of different classes.
You really get in and play with other classes. It's pretty neat.
I've actually never seen this game being played before, and it's absolute chaos right now.
Wait, you've never seen this game being played?
No.
Leo.
Well, it's an honor to be your introduction to this game.
Yeah, I mean, I assume you're doing great. I really have no metric for judging it.
That's about where I am, actually. I have no idea.
I'm guessing he should probably be using his active abilities more, but I don't know that for sure. Because I don't know
Maybe.
Demon Hunter is about the only class I haven't played to 70 in this game, so... There's a shrine there. It probably gives you some crazy power.
Time remaining.
You got no cooldowns. And no resource cost, basically.
Just gonna try to book it to the...
Well, you have to kill stuff to complete the rift.
Oh, okay.
So there's no way to like get to the end. The end is when you trigger the rift boss and kill it. To trigger the rift boss, you need to kill enemies, so... As far as efficiency goes, we move from pack to pack. Uh-oh, time remaining, 34 seconds. Oh god, Suriel.
I think that's for the thing that I have, the channeling?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I don't think so, anyway.
Guys, I don't think I'm gonna make it.
You're gonna finish the challenge. You're gonna be fine. You're doing fine. Leo says you're doing fine.
Leo, am I still
And I would
doing
know.
fine?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you.
You're the best player I've ever seen.
I like that
His
you're not
sample
lying about
size
that.
is
I appreciate
pretty
your
small,
honesty.
but he's a solid guy, that Leo.
I don't think I beat the timer, but...
Not yet. Okay, now the rift. You just summoned the rift boss. Now you gotta kill it, and then you're done.
Yeah, there you are.
Now he's getting chunked by something. Nice. Well done.
All right.
723. Not bad.
Not bad. Not world record,
We
but
didn't beat the record, but you know we beat the Rift.
yeah, it's all right. Oh no, I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, nice try, Suriel.
All right. Well, feel free to ask for tips about how to improve at Diablo 3 in the comments because I'm so good at this, obviously.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
Anyway, that's a quick look at what we've got in the Rise of the Necromancer DLC and the associated content with that DLC. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.